Hello everyone and welcome back to Rags to Riches with Gillingham, and things have been going pretty well since the last episode. So obviously last time out we saw us draw against Crawley Town and then beat Sutton United, but then things have gone pretty well. So we beat Newport County 3-2, Accrington Stanley 3-1, Stockport County 4-0 and then Forest Green 2-0. Now that Stockport County game, that was very, very important because if we look at where we are in the league, we are back on the top with 61 points and Stockport County are in second with 57. So getting those 3 points off of Stockport was very, very important for us, as it now leaves us with a 4-point buffer to second place. And in today's episode, we will have an away game against MK Dons, who are fourth in the league on 53 points. And then a very, very big game. We have the FA Cup fourth round where we've been paired with Aston Villa and we're at home. So we're probably going to have quite a lot of our fans turning up, but they're probably turning up for an absolute thrashing, because I'd be very, very surprised if we managed to beat a Premier League team. Now, one potential reason for our good form is we've changed the tactics. We've just gone for our second tactic, our gegenpress. So we're going to stick with this for as long as it works, pretty much, and then go back to the wing play if we need to. Now, it is the 23rd of January in game, and that means that we've been in the transfer window, and we have done a little bit of transfer business. Basically, what we went through in the last episode went through in the end. First one was on the 17th. They both happened on the same day, obviously, but we got rid of Sean Williams to a team in the Irish division. Got a small fee for him, like £875, but the fee really didn't matter. It was the wage budget that we managed to recover, which was important. And because he was our starting DM, we obviously had to replace him. So we found this guy, Alejandro Rodriguez Gorin, from Spain. We've had to use one of our ESC work permit things so we can actually bring him in, because he wouldn't have got a work permit otherwise. We're paying him 2.8k per week. He's on a contract until the end of next season. And yeah, I mean, we've only used him for one game so far, but he got a 7.6 rating, so he could be very, very good for us. Either way, he's definitely better than Sean Williams. If we just go to the comparison chart there, this guy, the green is our new guy, blue is Sean Williams. And you can see in attacking, vision, mental, they're all the same. But then when you go for physical, speed, defending, our new guy is definitely much better. Other than that, in the last week or so of the transfer window, we aren't really expecting to do any more business. We've got a little bit of money. We've got 22k in the transfer budget, but we really do not have any wage budget. So unless we get rid of a player, we're not bringing one in. But my plan really is to wait to the end of the season, because you can see here we've got, what is this? This many. We've got 13 people that are going to be out of a contract. 4 of them are pretty rubbish, and that should free us. That should free up quite a bit of wage budget for us. These guys obviously will evaluate, for have a look if we want to renew their contracts. Maybe have a look at renewing Scott Malone, because he is 3.5 stars. He's been playing pretty well. One of the few that has had an average rating over 7. And this is the starting lineup going into our MK Dons game. So pretty usual lineup. We don't have any real injuries, to be honest. Just this guy, but I don't think he's played a single game, and he's 1 star. So Born up front, Mahoney, Williams, Jeffries. Our new guy in the deep-lying playmaker role here. And then Dieng, Malone, Beavers, Augie, McKenzie, and then, of course, Turner in goal. Let's see if we can motivate them. We'll go for pump fists, and then we'll say, don't let our good run of form come to an end. And we managed to motivate 2 of our starting 11. Okay, come on. A win here would be very, very good for us. We don't really want to be losing points to third place. Are they third? No, they're fourth, I think, aren't they? Yeah. But they are on the ball. Harvey, on to Stewart. Tries to go into the middle to Devoy, but our defender does manage to head it out, but it's not clear. Stewart goes for the shot, and Turner actually has to make a save there, which means they're going to have a corner. Now, we've not been too bad at defending set pieces, to be fair. So we'll see if we can hold this one off. We do manage to get it out, and Jeffries is on the ball, and then that is the end of the highlight. We'll shout a bit of encouragement at them. That made everyone other than Jeffries happy. Match momentum seems to have swung in our favour a little bit. But just as I say that, we get another highlight with Dons on the ball. O'Hora onto Stewart. Passing it back to the defender, onto Smith. Giving him a bit too much passing space here. A little bit more pressing would be nice. What has happened there? As a nightmare, that is a nightmare, and they've scored. That is entirely the fault of the defence there. I'll see the replay and see exactly what happened. So Smith passes it on to Payne, and then I think, yeah, McKenzie makes the interception, but then Dieng tries to pass to Oggy and just fails. Well, Oggy fails to pick up the ball. That allows Hugill to run through, and then we've conceded the first goal. Come on, we can do better than that. This is not looking good. In the box, we managed to get it out, but still, again, not to safety. Devoy goes for the shot. It comes off of the post there, and ended up with a free kick anyway. That was too close to being 2-0 down. And just before half-time, literally, we got 1 minute of extra time there, and it has given us a highlight for some reason. Feels like this is building up to another defensive mistake where they're just going to manage to run the ball into the net, but we'll see. Oggy, what is happening here? On to Jeffries. We've actually got the ball, to be fair. Williams through to Mahoney. He should have passed. He should have passed the Bond there. I think he might have been slightly offside, but we might have got away with it. Are we going to do anything here? Managed to get the ball back to Williams, who just about passes it on to Dieng. Bon through to Jeffries. He's going to take the shot, and that is out. I thought that was saved, but it was just a terrible shot. That should have been the equaliser before half-time. We need a better showing from them in the second half. Right. First highlight of the second half. 10 minutes into it. It is us on the ball this time, which is always nice. As long as we don't lose it. Nice bit of passing out from the back. As long as we actually pass it forward at some point. Seem to just be passing it around our defenders at the moment. Malone onto Mahoney. Back to Malone. Back to Mahoney. Run it down the wing. Try and get it into the box for someone. Jeffries tries to get to it, but the defenders are there before him. On to Dieng, McKenzie. Nobody's really there in the box. Goes for the shot himself. Forces the keeper to make a save, and we get ourselves a corner. Not many fans have turned up for this match, to be honest. There are a lot of empty seats there. And our corner comes to nothing. And the highlight hasn't ended, and that is going to be a free kick, but hopefully that is it. Yeah, no card. Fine. Not too long afterwards, another bit of match play. Dieng tries to go for a long ball to Mahoney. Comes off and... Ooh, they might have a red here. That's the second yellow for that guy. Now they are on 10 men, so we really, really should be getting a goal. We should at least equalise here. Let's make a couple of subs. See if we can make an impact. Mahoney's not playing well, so we bring on Jaden Clark. That's going to have to do, I think. Try and push them up a bit more. We're just not going to have any highlights now. Just that red card and then that's it. Oh, we do have a highlight, but it's them. Hopefully this is a nice highlight where we get the ball off of them and go and put it in the net. But they've managed to get it over all of our defenders. Burns tries to get it onto Harrison, who heads it. But it was offside anyway. We're not going to get it, are we? Well, our good form comes to a pretty abrupt end. Having the last 30 minutes with Dons being a man down, we couldn't do anything. I mean, we had far better match momentum throughout pretty much the entire second half. We had 8 shots on target, combined XG of 2.1, but nobody could put it in the net. We can't be losing points like that. Stockport haven't played their game yet. Right, it's now time for our home game against Aston Villa, where we are probably going to get absolutely thrashed. So we're very unlikely to see a win on camera today, unfortunately. This is the first game, actually, that's going to be on TV, and we're going to get a big amount of money for it. We're going to get 72k from television rights, which is pretty huge for us, given our overall balance is only 350, so that's a big chunk of change for us. One other thing I wanted to mention as well, noticed that on the last couple of episodes, this little in-game editor icon is showing. That is only because I forgot to disable it when I started to save, and I can show you on game status. You can see down here it says in-game editor allowed, yes. In-game editor used, no. Yeah, so we haven't actually used it, so you don't need to worry about that. What we can do is go to preferences and just take it off, and there we go, it's gone. Right, so let's get into the game and see if we can hold off Aston Villa. I mean, I suppose it does help that we've got home advantage, but still, it's a League 2 team against a Premier League team. I'm not expecting anything out of this match at all. We've got our first highlight 12 minutes in, and unsurprisingly, it starts with Aston Villa. On to Chambers, through to Konsa, on to Zaniolo. They seem to be looking for the gap through our defence. We do make a tackle, but it's not going to be enough. Zaniolo probably just going to go for the shot himself. It gets deflected. And we're already 1-0 down, 13 minutes in. Literally 3 minutes later, got another highlight. Longley, on to Berg, back to Longley, through. We managed to defend it. Clark is going to run as fast as he possibly can, but it's not fast enough. They managed to get it back. Tielemans, back to Powell, Longley. They're just having a bit of fun passing it around, aren't they, really? Rodriguez almost makes the tackle, but fails to actually see it through, and Tielemans manages to keep the ball. He's going to run it all the way down the wing, try and get it in onto Ramsey. He's going to head it, and then it just hits the side netting. Right, we have a highlight for us. Clark, back to Alexander, and he just passes it to Longley. But we managed to get it back, so it's all okay. Alexander, Rodriguez, back to Alexander. A lot of fast-paced stuff going on here. Oggy, Bon. We're not passing well at all. Zaniolo going to whip it into the box. Actually, no, he's going to pass it to Chambers. Konsa, he passes it on to Berg. And then on to Traore, he's going to take the shot, and Turner did nothing. He just stood there. He was like, no, I'm not even going to attempt to save that. Right, we've hit it down the wing to Mahoney, onto Bon, and that wasn't a pen. Okay, we got a corner. Clark, can we make the most of set pieces here? Tries to get it to Beavers, not able to do so. Mahoney, back to Rodriguez, and that is it. And now they've got a corner. Can we defend it? Zaniolo, we've got literally everybody in our box here. I don't know what is going on. Mahoney manages to get it. He's going to run as fast as he can. Is he going to pass? No. Why? He just pass it. Tielemans through to Bailey. He just gets past all the defenders, and then he's put it in the net. 3-0. This is not good. I mean, it's what we expected, but still, it's never nice to be losing 3-0. We do have a corner. Mahoney onto Beavers, and that comes off of the post. We almost had a goal there. Would have been a consolation goal, but would have been nice. And almost immediately afterwards, Aston Villa are back on the attack. But Mahoney manages to get it off him, and then Beavers just stands there, allows himself to be tackled. Tielemans makes it 4. Alexander onto Clark. Coleman, Rodriguez. Can we do something here? Mahoney. That's the worst through ball I've ever seen. It's actually unbelievable. We've changed to a quite defensive 4-3-3. We've got 2 DMs, 2 centre-backs on defence. Switched it up to just a mid-block. We're just going to try and not lose by more than 4, but we'll see what happens. Let's make a few subs, because nobody's really playing well, to be honest. Beavers off Dieng, I guess. And then Malone on for Clark. We have a corner. Mahoney. On to somebody. I don't know what happened there. We've got another corner anyway. 3rd corner now. Mahoney takes it again. And looks like that's going to be the end of that, probably. Chambers. Lapsley outruns him, to be fair. Passes it on to Alexander. And that's the end of that. They are playing literally, they were playing with 2 at the front. Well, it looks like our formation change certainly worked to nullify them. We at least didn't concede anymore after that. But yeah, a 4-0 loss. So there we go, 2 losses, not amazing. The Dons one we really could have done with winning, to be honest. Aston Villa one, getting to the 4th round in the first place is pretty good, and we really were not expecting to beat them. So it's not the end of the world. Now Stockport did have their game, and I think they lost it. Yeah, they lost to Doncaster, which means they're now in 3rd, still on 57 points. But Crewe obviously did win their game against Salford, 5-0 actually. Pretty big win for them, which means that they're now 1 point behind us. 1 point. So off camera, I'll do a few more games, maybe up to sort of mid to end of March. We'll see. We've got a few games that we should be winning. So like Walsall, we should win. Swindon definitely should win. They're in like 24th and 21st place. Notts, Newport and Wrexham are not going to be easy. But at least Wrexham is a home game, so we'll see. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, all that fantastic stuff. And I'll see you next time.